Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Kevin.
And I'm John.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look back at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
Welcome back, everybody. John,
Hey
how are
guys,
you?
buddy, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. Tell us all what we're drinking.
Yeah, we are drinking the 13th Colony Southern Bourbon Whiskey, which, if I recall from the label correctly, is a blend.
There's a blend.
Of
Was it
some-
from Americus, Georgia?
It is from Americus, Georgia. Americas.
Americus.
They'll let us know. We know we have fans down in America's listening right now, from Braves country.
What do you think of it?
I think it's tasty.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
It's an
it's-
easy drinker.
Yeah, it's very, very smooth, delicious. Tastes like bourbon.
Yeah.
It's not too acrid, not overly alcoholic.
No.
As far as the way that hits your nose sometimes
Yeah,
if you got
it's,
an especially boozy one. Tastes like corn and oak, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What are we talking about today, John?
Well, we've been talking about the
Oh, wait,
Braves
well,
here.
first
a
of all,
second
hold on.
ago.
I want to say thanks to everyone who's listening.
Yes.
Thanks to our loyal weekly listeners. Thanks to everyone on the Last of the Action Heroes podcast network, our listeners and our other shows. Everyone
Shout out
there.
to other regular listeners like Daniel Day-Lewis, Jacqueline in the UK, Tiffany in New York, Andrew in Houston.
Absolutely. We love you all like our own children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always just tickled when people listen. And if you're loving us on the Last of the Action Heroes podcast network, I would say, just hook a brother up, follow us on our own feed as well. We actually, there are reasons to follow us on our own feed.
Yeah.
We release in a higher audio quality, so we probably sound a little better. We also drop a day earlier on our own feed. So if you just cannot wait
And I can't.
to get your 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger fix, subscribe to our own feed, and you can
Access to that content early.
you can spoil it for all your friends.
Yeah. The water cooler. Did you hear the new 6 DOS?
Did you hear?
Did you hear what happened at the end of Eraser? Fuck yeah, I did. I've seen that
when
movie,
Daniel
you asshole.
Day and Judi Dench are at the water cooler just hashing it out, chopping it up.
Dame Judy. And happy birthday to Helen Mirren.
Helen
we know
Mirren
you're
definitely
listening.
listens. She's still a gorgeous woman.
Oh my God, yeah, she's foxy.
Regal.
Yeah. So as I said a moment ago, we're talking about Eraser.
Yes, we are.
I have no idea what's happened in the movie at this point. I'll try to recap what happened in the last episode. So Lee and Eraser, or Eraser and Lee, if you're nasty, escaped from the zoo, from the CG alligators. All the feds roll up and the witness protection people in their private chopper. DeGarrett immediately starts to tell Beller, he starts to try to throw Eraser and Lee under the bus, saying that Eraser is the one that's in on the government plot and that Lee is like his accomplice. And Beller is not buying it. Shortly thereafter, Eraser, Beller tells DeGarrett to bring them in alive, which we hope at least buys them a little bit of time.
Right.
Eraser and Lee, Eraser calls Beller and tells him, no, actually what DeGarrett said is the plot. Like, he's the bad guy. Give me some time to prove it. So he and
Beller
Lee are on the
seems
lam.
inclined to believe
Yeah.
Eraser.
Yeah, he seems inclined to go with the sample size and what he knows. Eraser says we can't trust anybody, so we're going to go to the one person that I feel like I maybe can trust that's not this priest.
This one guy that I met for 30 minutes a couple weeks ago.
Who is Johnny, Eldon from Murphy Brown.
Yeah, Robert Pastorelli.
Yeah, who his witness protection life is as a bartender in a gay bar, which is kind of a sweet gig. I bet he's making bank.
Absolutely, gotta be.
And he's like, we need your help to break into the Cyrez Corporation building because that's the only place where we can find out what's on this disc. DeGuerin reckons that that's exactly what Eraser's going to do. So he and his goons hole up there to wait. With the help of Pastorelli, of Johnny, Lee and Eraser do sneak in, do find out what's on the disc, but not before somehow an IT guy figures out what they're up to, lets everyone know where anyway, there's a dramatic escape.
This is like
Eraser
the
and
hacker
Lee
of all hackers because
Yeah.
he erased the disc remotely.
somehow.
So now they've lost their one exonerating bit of evidence.
Right, but they know that there's an arms deal somehow going down that night in
Yeah.
Baltimore, and as luck would have it, Johnny's cousins run the docks in Baltimore.
Exactly.
And so, also as they were leaving Cyrez, Lee was captured by DeGuerin. And that should catch us up.
She's in the clutches of the evil
James Caan.
James Caan, rest in peace.
Yeah, so I think that gets us caught up.
That was
more
perfect,
or less.
my friend.
Yeah, not
So-
bad for slightly tipsy.
Oh my God, this bourbon
Let's
is
go
hitting the
drive
spot.
a car.
See how fast you can drive home. Yes, so at the mob hideout, I guess on the docks in Baltimore, Johnny calls out from the dark, shocking his friends who had thought he was dead because that was like his cover for his witness relocation or whatever.
Right.
Johnny says that must have been somebody else who got killed. His cousin, but he's much too old to be his cousin.
Well,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be distant cousins.
Yeah, right.
You got
It's,
older cousins.
that's a colloquialism
Yeah.
or something. But his cousin Tony is reluctant to forgive Johnny for ratting to the feds.
That is Joe Vitarelli, who is in every mob movie you've ever seen
Oh, really?
recently. Yeah, he's just in
He
everything.
usually just doesn't get to talk?
He always, he does talk. But he's always this guy, and he's always in like one or two episodes of a show playing this role.
Okay,
He's
mob dude.
Yeah, he's always Tony.
A mafioso.
Tony Two Toes.
So it's no big deal to anyone that Johnny has brought a federal agent into their clubhouse.
I do love the bit when Tony says you're dead, so you must be a ghost, and then Johnny's like, boo.
No, we talked about this movie lacking a sense of fun, and this is one scene that you can point to in the movie that you're like, this scene,
This is easily the best scene in the movie for
it
me.
feels loose and like the guys are having a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, even Schwarzenegger. But all these guys are clearly just like, this movie needs some help. It's like
Yeah.
somebody told him, it's like, this movie needs help, and you're it.
So Eraser steps forward. He says that Johnny helped to get a drug dealer and his poison off the street.
Who's the tree trunk?
I guess this is supposed to be like the old school like Corleone type philosophy.
Yeah, we
It's
don't
like,
give drugs to kids.
We don't deal in drugs. That's poison or whatever. But Johnny introduces the guys. There's Tony Two Toes, who's in charge, Sally Boy,
Right.
shooting pool, and Little Mike, who's like the comic relief. He's a big behemoth of a man.
Yeah, with a tiny person's voice.
He says, "Hey, your funeral was absolutely beautiful."
I loved that line. It was like you hear like laughing
Yeah,
and
dude.
like slapped him on the shoulder. It was awesome.
And did we recognize Sally Boy?
Yeah, we recognize now as John Schneider, who played the pimp in Crocodile Dundee.
You're gonna talk all night. Or you're gonna screw one of them. Yeah, I loved that.
Dude's got a very distinct look and sound.
And
about
you're
him.
familiar with his more broad work
Yeah,
and probably
he-
bigger success.
He's living the dream as an uber successful voice actor in anime, video games. Like he's doing tons of shit. And that seems to be like where a lot of like as we've done this, like a lot of actors from that time
Mm-hmm.
figured out like that there's money to be made and that shit, like anime is prolific, and it like doing English dubs for that shit like is a full-time job if you can find the work.
So I snuck away yesterday to watch the movie Nope.
Did it live up to the hype?
I mean, I didn't think it was as good as Get Out, but like Get
Okay.
Out was a work of inspired genius to me. But what I will say about Nope, aside from it being refreshing to see an actual original story,
Right.
which
I can't wait
is
to see it.
hard to find nowadays, it had some of the best voices, in hit ever. It had Keith David,
Ooh, nice.
amazing voice, right? And it had this guy who I'm looking up right now, Michael Wincott. You know, the guy, he was the sheriff of Nottingham's cousin. That dude.
Why not an ex-cousin?
What?
Whoa,
What a voice.
Might I have the pleasure of your name before I have you run through?
He was awesome.
Oh,
And
man, I can't wait
to listen to
watch
that
this.
gravelly voice, I could just listen to him talk all day. So
man,
but no,
Keith David's voice is fucking
Keith David, who's like,
unreal.
I'm sure he gets a lot more voice work than he does. Well, he's a hell of an actor.
Yeah.
But he does like all those fucking Ken Burns documentary, like voicing over, was it jazz or baseball? He did some of the bigger Ken Burns.
He's also, if you're
films.
a video game nerd, I needn't tell you because you'll know, but he was the voice of the Arbiter in the Halo series.
Oh, okay.
Like he's huge. It's like as soon as he talks there, you're like, oh man, yes, man. Why a spoon, cousin? Why not an axe? Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
Two iconic voices.
Yeah.
Those two together.
Yeah, for real. Alan Rickman's voice, one of a kind.
But yeah. So
Anyway,
great movie.
we
Check out
digress.
Nope. Anyway.
Will do.
So back in Eraserland, Eraser tells the mob guys, well, there's a major arms deal going down on your docks tonight.
I like that they laugh and they're like, yeah, we know.
No, I thought at first he was like, well,
No, he's like, he's like, yeah,
people
tell
in
us something
power
we
selling
don't know.
arms to our enemies.
Well, it's-
and they were like, oh yeah, we know that. And they're like,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's going down on your docks,
That's
motherfuckers.
and they're like, oh
Like,
shit.
oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, we don't know that part.
So yeah, I guess they're dander up. Now out on the ship, Dagarin is speaking with the Russian arms dealer guy.
He's like the captain of the boat, we assume.
I think he's the I don't know what his title is. I don't know if he's a terrorist or not, but I think he's the dude. I think he's the main dude.
Mr. Katanga.
Yes, absolutely. He's the head dude in charge. He's the arms dealer, I think. But the Russian is saying, you sure brought a lot of security. Is there a problem? Should we
Right.
be worried? Dagarin says, I'm a Boy Scout. I just believe in being prepared.
I like that.
Yeah. The Russian asks, well, what about this woman?
Why
who's-
the fuck is she tied to my
why
chair?
is she tied to my chair? And they've got her like with wire around her wrist.
that
That
was
shit.
painful as fuck.
I know that shit probably got you too because you got do you have like a hands and feet
I don't
injury
like
thing?
hands. I mean, that's far enough down the hand.
No,
that
it's
is
the
okay, but
extremities.
It's like if it had been like wrapped across. That's what I want to see. Is it Aronofsky that body horror thing that's out, or is it
no, Cronenberg.
Cronenberg? I want to see that shit. That looks
You
crazy.
do?
Yeah, I do.
It's not gonna freak you out.
Nah,
I
it
want to
looks
see that too.
crazy. It looks
Crimes of the
nut-
Future we're
Yes.
talking about.
Leah Seydoux in that.
Yeah, dude. Is that your girl?
I think it's all of our she's having a moment.
I
She's
heard
in the
someone say like
zeitgeist.
she's the most French-looking person that's ever lived.
That's-
her, or Vincent Castle, maybe.
The two of them together, the most French people of all time. That's
Yes.
that's very true.
Or Jean Reno is high on the list too
Ooh.
of looking French.
Yes, that's a good point as well.
Yeah. Jean Reno is awesome. And you know what else is awesome? Ronan.
Yes.
God,
and
that
Viggo
movie's
Mortensen, unrelated. But
good.
Cronenberg. Anyway,
Cronenberg tie-in.
Eraser.
Okay. So, but yeah, the shit with Lee like wired down and it's cutting into her skin, that shit was painful just to look at.
But like it probably wasn't so tight that it was cutting in when like you wouldn't have to work very hard before you realize, oh, that's cutting into me.
It
I
really
should
fucking
stop.
hurts, yeah.
Yeah. Like, so I don't know. Anyway.
But Dagarin says, she's just an insurance policy. Once we complete our deal, basically you can do what you want with her,
Right.
which was fucking gross. The
D-
vibe gets a little rapey.
Yeah, DeGuerin says, if it was me, I'd shoot her in the head and dump her overboard.
The guy starts pawing at her, like caressing her face.
And she's like, don't even think,
Don't even
about,
think
it.
about it. He backhanded the shit out of her.
I feel like that would have probably broken her jaw or something.
And
Or
she had
or
that big wound on her face already from where fucking Dagarin had pistol whipped her in the last
She's been hit in the
chapter.
head a lot. That's
Yeah,
what I want
dude.
to say is like, and maybe that's another reason why this movie feels like no fun is that because she's got no role in this movie. She is a set piece.
And she's getting
only.
battered.
She's ordered around. It's just like there's no personality.
I like how she's the Cyrez executive. She's the brains.
She's an accountant, right?
And then you've got fucking Eraser and they're henpecking around on the keyboard
Yeah,
instead
that's
of
what
letting
I'm saying
her
is-
be the smart one who knows her way around
That's
their
one of the
system.
reasons why I feel like Commando is a superior movie is because Cindy was such an amazing character. She was a stronger character than Lee was in this
She was
movie.
definitely more feisty and had more personality to her. Yeah,
Right.
Lee is a little bit bland
Yeah,
as a character. They don't give her a lot to do.
right.
But yeah, Russians smacked the shit out of her. Was brutal. Dagarin says he's gonna leave the two lovebirds alone and takes off, which was fucking evil, dude.
Yeah.
Like abandoning her to a fate worse than death.
Yep.
So meanwhile, Eraser, brandishing like a tactical shotgun, He's leading the mob guys through out onto the pier. He calls Beller on his phone.
On his celly.
Tells Beller the whole scheme of what's going on with DeGuerin and the undersecretary and the arms deal. He tells Beller to come on down to Baltimore Harbor.
Oh, he's like,
see
come
for
get
yourself.
me.
Come and get me.
That's good stuff.
It was efficient storytelling, that little scene.
Yeah, and then he chucks the phone. That's what I'm saying is like for whatever reason, they really, really tightened things up in this last part of the movie.
It did feel the movie as a whole feels like it was written by different writers, which it was.
Yeah.
But because you have scenes that meander and go nowhere, and then you have scenes that are very crisp. And you have good one-liners and you have bad one-liners.
I have no idea like what the entire middle part of the movie was where they go on the wild goose chase to like, we've got other people, like other witnesses.
You needed some action in the middle to
this
bridge
is so
it all.
stupid. It's like, what the fuck is happening? And I couldn't figure out if they were trying to reinforce the relationship between James Caan and Schwarzenegger, between Eraser and DeGuerin. But it's just like the whole middle of the movie feels, it's just like, what? It doesn't belong.
It's action. It's sound and fury signifying nothing.
Yeah, anyway.
Now, DeGuerin has returned to his mobile command center with this fucking pimped out truck, surveillance truck with a satellite dish and everything on the roof. Where the fuck did that shit come from?
Witness protection.
There's a record of.
He commandeered it until he wiped the books. He got that IT guy to figure it out.
So he's doing a security check. We see that there's like goons stationed everywhere. They're armed, a lot of them with the EM guns.
Yeah.
That's the That's the MacGuffin of the movie.
That rail gun,
Yeah, it's like that's what this whole thing is about. But yeah, there are goons everywhere. Calderon and Schiff are among them.
Yes.
All of the men say that everything's quiet, but DeGuerin is still certain that Eraser's out there somewhere.
Love the line and this colloquialism that I use on radio. He's like, keep your heads up and your assholes puckered. It's like, my asshole puckered is a great visual. It's like, just tighten it up.
DeGuerin has dozens of traitorous mercenaries like on the payroll, apparently. He's also just chain smoking at this point. I think he's nervous. I think that's what it's signifying, is that he's like fucking uptight.
Well,
his life is on the line.
These are the same kinds of guys in The Rock that are like, we are ready to fucking blow the city up, sir. We're ready to send him.
Some trigger happy dudes.
Yeah, that are just like, we are ready.
So as the mob guys, minus Eraser, they approach the guy guarding, I guess, the main gate at the end of the pier. They tell him that they heard a ship was being loaded without union labor.
This shit is amazing. This dude, the guard shack guy, oh man, it's painful to watch.
Dude, that's exactly, there's a huge acting discrepancy between the mob guys and this guy, who I feel like was probably just a stunt man.
Yeah, he was a stunt guy.
Can you read lines?
Yeah.
Can you remember this thing to say?
That's exactly. Do you read English? Yeah. Okay. Can you remember this thing? What's your phone number?
No, the guy calls for backup, and other security comes to assist at the gate. Meanwhile, we see that Eraser is snuck in, and he's fucking shimmying through the rafters of the warehouse nearby. What the hell is he doing up there, fucking balance beaming his way around?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
That was just weird. But more security arrives at the gate. Tensions rise. The ranking security guy demands that the mob guys leave, says it's a matter of national security. That dude in charge, who immediately upped the acting caliber.
Yeah, I was about to say, that dude was fucking off the hook. He had a big Ron Perlman vibe.
Yes. He was a great voice. He was in Shawshank Redemption. He was part of Red's clique in Shawshank. His name was, he was Floyd.
Okay, I remember him sitting at the table. Yeah,
and in this movie, he's credited as first perimeter guy.
He's definitely. I feel like the first guy they talked to was third perimeter guy.
But I don't know if it was probably Pastorelli. It was probably Johnny. He was like, "Are you threatening us?" And he said, "Oh, absolutely."
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
it was so good.
Oh,
man.
It was. I was like, "Oh my god, that's menacing as shit."
Everyone draws their guns. Dicks are being measured.
Yeah, everyone's looking to see like, what's yours look like?
So Eraser, he's climbed down from the roof that he went up onto for no plausible reason.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking for the most complicated way, and it's like, how have you stayed alive this whole movie if this is how you're getting into places?
Yeah, he hops down onto this sort of small crane, but he spooks some seagulls that are there. One of the many hazards of going up on the roof when you don't need to. right? But
on a pier, I guess.
the shrieking of the birds, it gets the attention of a couple of guards that are down on the ground. They whirl around and just start shooting.
Well, see, so I took this, I got the order of this a little different. So they kind of look in the direction of the noise, and then Eraser, without really being sure if they've spotted him, flips off the crane like a gymnast, as and it's then that they're like, oh shit, there's someone flying through the air, and they start firing at him, and he somehow lands behind them because they've never moved. They never moved.
Even as Eraser is behind them, they're still shooting up in the air.
Like, you can see him coming. You know, why wouldn't you turn around and shoot him as he's landing?
I don't know what
we talk about how we're talking about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the ridiculous, and this is ridiculous.
I mean, that was some outlandish shit.
Like, you still have control of, like, I feel like it's like they gave someone a gun that had never fired a gun. They're like, oh my God, I'm so like taken aback by the sounds and vibrations.
I'm holding the trigger down until I'm empty.
But it's like he landed behind them, touched, and they watched him ostensibly fly through the air. I mean, shit. I mean, I guess you have to, maybe it was dark. I don't know. I don't
think there's an explanation. It also made me think though, like that was such a strange move because he went full gymnast. It wasn't just like he jumped down.
No,
he did a spinning flip in the air.
He did a Hurricane Rana. Like,
I started thinking like, was he was like a West Germany gymnast or something like that? That's his backstory.
I wish to God that had been paid off earlier in the movie. That he was like that someone's like the scene in Kickboxer we're talking about. Like, we were raised by different parents in different worlds.
Yes,
like
you were a gymnast.
Like, yeah. And he was like, I was raised by my gymnast father.
My father, he had me on the pommel horse.
Every day on the floor.
On the floor exercise. But yeah, he took both those dudes.
Now I can't not think about Arnold doing floor exercise. That would
Which
be amazing.
dudes don't even do. No. But anyway, he takes both those dudes out with his bare hands.
Yeah.
But the gunfire has been heard. The alarm is raised.
Yeah, the die is cast. Shit's going off now.
There's like a momentary distraction. Johnny and the mob guys pounce on those guards at the gate. They beat them down with like bats and
the butts
clubbing
of guns
them with
things.
the butts of their guns. Real shitty guards. If you got three of you got incapacitated.
All of them like ostensibly ex-military.
Without a shot being fired, they were all incapacitated.
Yeah.
Three of them.
They probably, like, I'm trying to think in a real situation like that, they would have heard the shots and immediately taken a defensive position.
At that point, they probably just start capping dudes.
But I feel like what in the movie, the way that they set it up is that DeGuerin makes a call on the radio to say, like, some shit's going down. And I feel like we're meant to think that...
This was after the gunshots had started?
Yeah, the gunshots start. DeGuerin says, what's that? And then it's obviously gunshots. And then
they start looking around confusedly.
Lead gate guy was like, "What the radio say?" Like, and then that's when the shit goes down. So it's like, what?
But so yeah, they disarm those dudes. Johnny scoops up an Uzi off one of the guys and disconnects. I think it was Sally Boy disconnected the video feed. Dude, I love seeing Uzis in movies, man. The old school Uzis. I feel like I used to have a water gun that was looked like black like that.
That was,
the
one
that would get you killed by police if you were holding it, probably.
For sure. It was the golden age of Uzis in movies, for certain.
Meanwhile,
back in Baltimore,
Calderon sees that there's guys inside the perimeter. He radios to DeGuerin that there's a security breach. DeGuerin orders the men to hurry up and get that shipment loaded. Eraser is waving for the mob guys to come on ahead, follow me.
So as a first-time watcher, the thing that I got was that this was like a tactical thing where he was like, you guys go that way.
Well, it's like, you guys go make it distract the gate, guys. That's what, but it still doesn't really explain why he had to go through the rafters.
Everything that he does in this is like, why not just run around the perimeter of the thing instead of being like, I'm going to go through this building. It's like, we
know he can sneak anywhere, anytime, right?
But now we're seeing him sneak, and it's like this. It's like the first time that he's unsuccessful twice.
Yes. It's true.
Boo.
So Eraser, for some reason, he breaks into another building, like a warehouse or a factory or something that has nothing really to do with anything.
And the only thing that I can think of is that he's he's trying to split up their forces and he's moving from a covered position. But this, like, we know these guns can see through walls.
Yes.
So it's like,
He may not know that yet.
that's true because he showed up late to the house. He didn't know that from earlier.
He doesn't know what they saw.
So maybe he's just thinking, it's like, I'm splitting our forces and I'm trying to go from a covered position.
So he's decided that his move is going to be, I'm going to break out the window, going to crawl across the broken glass. Schiff is like sweeping the area with the EM gun. The scope can see through shit, as
Right.
we just mentioned. So we're
and
seeing
it locks in on heartbeats somehow. We're
Yeah,
not sure how the
fucking
technology
crazy.
works.
But we're also seeing that it casts this big green circle of light that is-
Permeates
seems to shine
matter.
through walls.
It permeates matter. Like, yeah, it goes through matter and you can see it. And it's like,
That's not a great stealthy weapon.
well, I feel like also if that's the case, then it'd be harmful to human skin just on its own. If it can
It's like
shine, if it
radiation.
can shine through solid matter into your body, that's not good.
That's the shit that Trump wanted to treat COVID with.
COVID with.
Yeah, we're gonna shine the light into your body. Fucking shit. But then Calderon locks onto a cat inside the building, and we see the spotlight. Yeah, is penetrating shit.
It's weird to me
But
that
somehow he locked in on the cat, but he didn't see a racer right next
the
to the
larger
cat.
body, larger heart next to the cat.
Yes,
One heart at a time, I guess. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. The mob guys, they creep a little bit closer to where they can see the bad guys loading the ship. Cousin Tony Two Toes says, "There they are, commie bastards."
This is such a good exchange.
And like, yeah, little Mike, the big guy, says, "Actually, they're not communists anymore. They're a federation of independent, liberated states." And
Don't-
Tony says, "Don't make me hurt you, Mikey."
And
That
now-
was the
now-
best, legitimately funny moment of the movie. Don't
Yeah.
make me hurt you, Mikey.
Agreed. Vitarelli bringing it.
So the mob guy's armed with a hunting rifle and a scope.
That's Sal.
That's
Sally
Sally.
boy.
He's wondering aloud if he could hit the guy positioned high atop the crane, who's like loading the shipping container. Big fucking foreshadowing.
Right.
for
I
you.
feel like
You
Johnny,
think I could hit that
Johnny
guy?
tells him, you'd be lucky to hit the floor if you fell on it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Now, using the X-ray scopes, the bad guys can see that Eraser's inside the building. People start shooting at him from all sides with those EM guns. Eraser's tipped off by the bright green light, but somehow he still manages to dodge a bullet. It seemed like that's traveling
So
near
many.
the speed of light.
That's what I'm saying is like this whole thing based on what we've been taught throughout the movie is implausible. We've been told that this weapon is it's an equalizer, not even an equalizer. I mean, it cut like it's impossible to defend
you
against.
can't. Yeah, yes. I can see though why the U.S. military didn't order any of these guns because everyone's fucking missing. Like it doesn't work. There must be bugs in the system.
Good, yeah, good for shooting on a position, but not good at shooting moving targets, perhaps.
I guess not.
But also, it's like because the thing. I mean, it's still operator error, right?
Yes.
You got to move. You also have to.
Once it
like,
locks in on a heart, I don't know
you
how
would-
it works. But
But also, if it moves at the speed of light, you would think that it wouldn't matter if the person was moving, because if it can shoot that fast, you'd pull the trigger and they'd be
it
instantaneously
doesn't
killed.
matter. It doesn't. Yeah, as long as they're in the crosshairs, there's
They're
no
dead.
dot. You don't have to aim in front of them.
As
or
soon as you
anything
pull
like
the
that.
trigger, they'd be dead.
Yes,
Instantaneous.
it's on them instantly.
So this whole scene of him, like the bullets whizzing past, to me is like, it's ludicrous. Just given the like, tell me how fast the gun actually shoots. But saying speed
You wouldn't
of
even
light,
be able to see.
no.
We can sort of see the bullets a little bit, or whatever it is that they're firing. And yeah, you wouldn't be able to see shit.
Yeah, we're no physicists. We know some are listening,
Please
probably in the
email
Kremlin.
us, tweet at us, find us on Instagram.
Hey, friends in the Kremlin, let us know how this
No
science
shit.
works.
At any rate, these
And
dudes,
get out of the Ukraine while you're at it.
Oh, fuck.
Or just Ukraine. Sorry, not the Ukraine.
At any rate, the dudes, they absolutely destroy the building. And it seemed like maybe a racer was hit. I don't know.
Or some, like, to me, I was like, as shit was falling down around him, he screamed. So I was like,
Ah!
shrapnel or something hit him as it was falling.
It was pretty incredible,
Debris.
though, the damage the guns can do.
Yeah, the building's like on fire now.
So, in a moment of hubris, DeGuerin says, I think it's safe to say we got him.
The hubris is infectious because then Calderon and Schiff are both like, yep.
He's toast. And then one of the guys, I think we even got the roaches.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like,
everyone's
dude,
like, oh, so you are the next 3 to die for
you bad guys
certain.
fucking never learn, man.
No.
So DeGuerin sends a couple of guys in to find Eraser's body. Those goons should be so nervous, man. Have they never seen movies? Like fucking triple hubris followed by an order to send a couple of anonymous
I'm
guys
like,
in.
excuse me, sir. We're definitely gonna get shot now.
I'm sorry, but aren't the EM scopes capable of scanning the building?
Yes.
No, we got to send a couple of guys in.
I guess
But-
he needs that physical. He's old school. He's a Boy Scout, always prepared. He needs that physical
Bring
documentation.
the body out. So inside the building, we see that Eraser has got some shrapnel through his thigh.
That sucks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
His shotgun that he had was broken.
He's also missing a sleeve now.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen enough muscles.
Got to.
But yeah, his I think it's his right arm,
The sleeve just torn off.
just sleeve like open to bare muscled.
Right to bare
arm.
arms.
That's right.
Eraser tosses that broken shotgun away, and the noise draws the goons' attention, who fails to radio for backup. The goons.
Right.
They fail to radio that, hey,
We just heard something.
he's in here. He's alive.
He's still alive.
Bring in more guys, right? One of the goons picks up the shotgun and is just fucking taking a good long gander at it, man. He's examining the shit
That dude's
out
a
of it.
terrible actor too. He looks like a
Ooh.
caveman that has found
What?
found a valuable thing for the first time. He's like, "What is this?"
So one of the guys outside with the EM guns, he's looking through his scope, sees a skeletal figure holding the shotgun. Nice shotgun, asshole, he says, and blows the dude away.
That guy knew they were in the building, though. He knew they were in the building.
It's bizarre. How is it they see
And
this
how
guy,
is it
but he's
that
not
those-
seeing Eraser?
Everyone but these guys have radios.
Yes. I
Don't
know
they
what-
all have radios? Or when you're a
They
lesser gun,
should.
if you're not given a rail gun, you have no radio.
Yeah, no radio, my friend.
Fucking shit. Plot hole.
All the shortcomings of the EM gun are being laid bare. I feel
Yeah,
like here.
yeah.
They're just
like,
killing the wrong
It's like-
guys.
It's like, would the Russians want this for what?
I can see why the government didn't buy it. Like it has a lot of bugs in it, clearly.
I guess if you're selling them to the Taliban or whatever, that's okay.
Right, yeah, you're just like making money selling them some like the fiat
Yeah.
of guns, man.
The fiat, it's like
That's
the
the fucking
fiat,
of guns. Always jamming at the wrong time.
So good.
The other goon is closing in. Eraser yanks the shrapnel out of his leg and stabs the guy with it.
Brilliant.
It was a fucking hardcore move.
Killed that dude with blood poisoning, as it turned out.
But that dude was like standing on top of Eraser basically and
Yeah.
didn't see him.
The lighting in there is bad.
So Eraser grabs the dude's guns,
Right.
sees some more guys coming in armed with EM guns,
This is Calderon and Schiff.
though they don't
The
make it very clear at all
Right.
that it's like your featured second tier goons.
Yeah, it's weird that they made the decision to have James Caan call these two guys out who we've never met before by name instead of just saying you go, and then saying Calderon, Schiff, follow them, make sure.
Yeah.
Like anyway,
The whole thing was fucked up. Eraser grabs the guns, he drops below the floor.
it almost looked
the
like he
building.
pulled up part of the floor, but I
Yeah,
guess it
yeah,
was
I
big
think
chunks
he-
of debris.
I think it was all fucked up from the EM guns, like the gunfire from earlier.
It looked like a feat of strength.
But yes, oh, definitely. He ripped the floorboards out.
Right.
So he crawls along. He's brushing these rats aside until he's directly underneath the goons. He shoots up through the floor, kills them both.
Very John McClane and Die Hard here.
Yes.
To the table.
And very unceremonious deaths for Calderon and Schiff.
Yeah, it's like we didn't like, and
I
if
didn't
you
even know it was them.
if you couldn't recognize who they were, and as on a first watch, I was watching this, I was like, oh, that's Calderon and Schiff. But it's like, oh, I guess they're dead now. That's it.
They deserve like a more memorable send off than
Yeah,
anonymously.
fucking Cyrez security guy got a one-on-one fight that he lost instantaneously, but at least it was like his you knew who he was when he was
You knew
dying.
who he was. He got a close up before he got killed, so you knew
Calderon
who it was.
and Schiff, it was like, oh fuck, they're dead. Okay, well then that must mean the movie's almost over.
So Eraser then bursts up through the floor.
Like the
and,
fucking Hulk.
When he was like in Commando, when he flung like those dozen guys off him or whatever, fighting in the mall. But yeah, he
This
bursts through
was
the
so
floor,
crazy.
grabs an EM gun in both hands as more bad guys come a running.
And I feel like this is another, like this in and of itself is a feat of strength. The bursting through the floor with the rail guns. And those things like are heavy as shit.
Should be, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, more bad guys come running. He's like fucking mowing them down. They're flying through the air and shit. DeGaren radios to Calderon and Schiff for an update, but Eraser picks up the radio and tells DeGaren they're both dead.
They missed.
That was the moment that I knew that it was Calderon and Schiff, because until then you didn't really know.
Schiff. But I love that line. They missed.
They missed.
This whole exchange, too, I love the zoom in on Jimmy Kahn's face for that wry little smile and him saying, Johnny? And then Eraser says, I'll be right out, and drops the mic.
It's almost an I'll be back.
Yeah.
But right out. DeGaren orders the other goons just fucking open fire.
Yeah.
So back on the boat, the Russian has picked up a phone. He's yelling at somebody in Russian. We don't really know what he's saying. We see that Lee is like sort of working the arm of the chair loose that she's bound to. The Russian turns to her, says it seems that her friend has arrived. And she says, well, I'll enjoy introducing him to you. Which I liked that line. Realized, like, fucker, you're dead, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, if Eraser's here, you're not long for this world.
You literally can't survive.
Now, he whips out a knife and says that he doubts she's going to get the chance to introduce them.
The timeline has been moved up for killing her, I mean.
Yes. Now, there's a huge explosion outside, which distracts the Russian.
Yeah, no one can tell me exactly why that building is exploding.
What's in it?
DeGaren and the guys are shooting with normal guns, and then dude in the crane starts shooting with the railgun, and then there's just a violent explosion. Why?
Yeah.
Why is the building exploding?
I don't know, man, because it's a movie.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, there's the big explosion. It distracts the Russian. Lee gets her hand free, and she like smashes the coffee pot over the dude's head, which you know that coffee was fucking piping hot.
Yeah, and
there.
I mean, it was scorched. It probably smelled terrible. It tasted terrible.
Oh, yes. She kicked the shit out of him. Good for Lee.
Yeah.
Eraser comes slow walking out of the flaming building with a fucking EM gun in both hands.
Even the building that's still exploding.
Those things seem pretty unwieldy for like the average human, but not for a fucking Julius Benedict clone, I guess, because he's just like, and they never really show it, but I guess he's got one of these the battery pack things flung on each shoulder.
True. Yeah.
There's moments where you can sort of see him shrug it off, but I think it just probably looked stupid. So they're like, let's cut around that.
But also, like, heart lock be damned. It doesn't matter. He's just like shooting from the hip, like in Commando.
Absolutely, man. That's Arnold's style, bro.
He doesn't aim.
But he's laying waste to everything he sees.
Of course he is.
He demolishes that mobile command center, which that shit was rad. That the truck going up in flames. Yeah. Now, up on top of the big crane, the guy with the EM gun, he's protecting the final shipping container as it's being loaded. And then Sally Boy, that's the pimp from Crocodile Dundee,
takes his shot.
Takes aim. Yeah, just as the bad guy spots him through the scope, he shoots. The bullet goes right through the scope and hits that dude in that fucking eyeball.
And I guess it also hits the controls for the crane, right?
I have no clue. There was two dudes up there.
Okay, I thought that there were two guys up there too.
There was the shooter and the crane operator.
Okay.
But apparently the guy next to him being shot made the crane operator just drop cargo.
But there are all kinds of sparks and stuff, so it makes me think that it hit.
Oh, do you think it fucked up some?
I think that it fucked up machinery, which is why, like, here in a minute, like, he can't quite get the thing level. It just keeps
maybe
rocking
it damaged the
forth.
crane. That would make sense.
Yeah, that's what I got. But also, it's like, anyway, we'll talk about it here in a second. The whole end of this movie, I'm like, what? Yeah.
So the ship is, I guess, trying to see, like, fuck it, we're out of here, because they're starting to raise the gangplank. But Lee goes running out of the whatever the fuck, the captain's
cabin,
quarters
the
or
bridge.
the cabin. Yeah, she runs across the gangplank, jumps off it onto the pier. Fucking awesome stunt.
Right, a hail of gunfire, none of which is landing. It's not finding home. So the Russians are terrible shots.
She goes to hide among the crates and barrels there, but DeGaren sees her.
Are they on Pier 1? No, they're on Pier 57, not Pier 1. Crate and barrel.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Thanks.
But meanwhile, there's like a 4x4 that's loaded up with baddies driving at Eraser. He fucking wrecks them with his EM guns. They go like cartwheeling over his head. That was the moment that you could sort of see that he's got the battery pack, one flung on each shoulder. I feel like they tried to just shoot around that because it sort of looked silly.
But, I mean, yeah.
Now, suddenly, DeGaren has Lee at gunpoint, and they're on top of the shipping container.
Right.
The mechanics of that are near impossible.
There was no ladder on the side of the shipping container.
So he would have had to basically stick his gun in his waistband and say, no, I'm going to climb up here.
And help
You
you up.
don't jump off or anything, or you climb up here first at gunpoint, and then I'm going to holster my gun and I'm going to climb up there, but you don't do anything while I'm yeah, I don't know.
Nope.
But that's probably why it wasn't shown.
Or maybe he had a guy like put a gun on her. We're climbing on top of the crate for some reason.
Yes. So DeGuerin orders Eraser to drop the guns. He does it. DeGuerin says thanks and shoots him right in the chest.
Just a few yards away.
Oh no, he must be dead.
Right.
But DeGuerin should know.
Shoot him in the head.
Empty the fucking clip.
Yeah.
This
Shoot
is
him multiple
We're
times.
talking about Eraser right now.
Maybe it's because this is his protege. He was like, soft spot.
But so DeGuerin orders the guy up in the crane to go on and load that shipping container.
So the crane's fine.
It starts working normally again, it seems. It
No,
lifts,
I got it online, sir.
it lifts the container up off the ground with DeGuerin and Lee on top of it. Eraser, who now appears to have only been shot through the shoulder, he gets up.
What the fuck?
Let's remember now, he's got a bullet through his left shoulder and a
shrapnel wound.
A few short days ago, he had that spike go through his right hand.
Oh fuck! I forgot all about his hand. And he just had.
And
he pulled a spike out of
through his
most of
thigh.
the meat of his thigh.
Oof. Yeah. So he sees the container being craned away. He runs after it as the Russian bad guys start firing.
Still can't shoot shit.
That was our first sighting of fucking Sven-Ole Thorson. Was one of the Russian goons
I
on the
love
boat. The barrels are like exploding all around him.
That's what I'm saying. What's on the dock?
So he scrambles up on top of these barrels.
But they're exploding.
He's able to leap and grab onto the container with his one good arm, but he still has the fucking fucked up hand.
Didn't you want some Cameron Poe like one arm pull ups?
Yes. Doing one arm pull-ups. You gonna make it. I'm gonna show you God does exist.
What?
Is basically what's
Whoa.
happening here. And he's me.
Yeah. I am God.
So Eraser struggles to climb up on top of the container as the Russians are continuing to shoot at him. But just then, like the scoop, the shovel part of a bulldozer raises up into view. It was just raised really fucking high for a bulldozer. Why was there a bulldozer on the pier? We don't know. We don't want to know. But the mob guys are in it.
Well, it can't be a forklift. That wouldn't make sense. They'd be
They're in a bulldozer. They got to be, it's
They would be protected.
dumb as fucking shit. But the mob guys are in it, and they wipe the Russian gunman out. And the fucking Don or whatever, Tony Two Toes, was like in the shovel.
Yeah.
He should have been the dude driving the forklift, right? Or
he's not
driving the bulldozer.
He's not qualified.
We have Sally Boy driving, so the Don is climbed into
clearly,
the shovel.
Sally Boy's the best shot. Like, why would you have him shooting? Instead, it's like little Mike, like just sort of like waving the gun
Spraying
wildly.
the Uzi around. So DeGuerin looks over the edge of the shipping container and gets punched right in the fucking face by Eraser. Great right hand punch, which he's holding on with his one fucking wounded gunshot left arm. DeGuerin drops his pistol, which goes sliding across the shipping container, which is like shaky.
Seesawing back and up and down.
DeGuerin then begins putting the boots to Eraser and clubbing him with his crowbar.
Where
that
did
he
the
found.
crowbar come from?
I don't know, man. He just pulled a crowbar out of nowhere.
Fucking hell.
Now, the pistol slides over there near Lee. Eraser manages to get DeGuerin in sort of this chokehold. Lee lets go of the chain to try to get the pistol, but, the container shifts and
Of
she's
course.
immediately goes tumbling off the edge.
It sees when she was sawing.
Yes. Eraser lets go of DeGuerin and catches Lee with his good arm, but that's the one with the fucking bad hand, though, which you could not grip anything after that.
Your shit would, you wouldn't be able to like ball a fist probably because of
No
nerve
chance.
damage and stuff.
It's insane.
Because that thing that went through his hand had like screw. It's like a screw.
No, yeah, it ripped a hole out of his hand.
Ugh.
And he's like holding the weight of both of them with his gunshot left arm. It's insane.
Feat of strength.
So he lifts her back up on top of the container as DeGuerin has crawled over to where the pistol's at. Eraser tells Lee to grab onto something.
I thought I misheard him. In the subtitles, it confirms that he says grab the ladder, and there's nothing in that shot because they're like holding onto the
Not at all.
chains. And I was like, grab the ladder.
That's
And
what
it-
he said, yeah.
And it's not until after the crane,
She is clinging to a ladder.
and I was like, oh,
Eraser tells her to grab on. He jams the crowbar up into the gears of like the crane. DeGuerin reaches the gun and turns to Eraser and says, "Say goodbye, John." and Eraser says goodbye. That's like some fucking third grade like level kiss off lines.
Yeah.
But Eraser rips the workings of the crane out, and the container just drops with he and DeGuerin still on top of it.
Let's keep in mind that DeGuerin had a gun on Eraser and let him swing
Just
the
let him
crowbar
do that.
at the workings. And then,
But how is that even possible? Like, how shoddy is the construction of this crane?
but he's so
You know,
strong.
rip
He's
the
so
fucking
strong.
gears apart.
He's so strong.
He is. It's not also a great plan from Eraser. He went fucking kamikaze. He's like, fuck it, we're both falling, dude. Now Lee is like, she's clinging onto the crane, onto the ladder. It's part of like the rigging of the crane or whatever. DeGuerin gets fucking wrecked, dude. When that container hits the ground, he goes flying off of it.
And
We don't really see what happened to Eraser.
we see his body bounce off the thing.
Yeah. Ugh.
And like just the perspective, the ratios of his like the body size of whatever it was that bounced off to the front of the container that opens up, and the guns look enormous
I
when they
noticed
fall out.
that.
I was
They
like,
look like
why are they so
8
fucking
feet long
huge?
guns or something.
It looks. I was like that bit of CG looked terrible. That effect sucked.
I think once they started compositing everything together, it was like, oh boy, the ratio is the scale of everything is all fucked up.
We blew our load on the alligators.
Yes, but yeah, the container bust open. Their EM guns spill out everywhere. A helicopter arrives, is hovering around, surveying the scene. We see that Beller is up in it. He's just pointing at shit.
I wish Beller was in a helicopter for the whole movie. Just like anytime
Bellercopter, we call him.
Yes, anytime Eraser communicated with Beller, that like it cut to Beller. Beller's just in
I'm
a
in my
chopper somewhere
right now.
What is it? I'm in the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Eraser crawls out of the wreckage, finds DeGuerin. He's alive, but he's pinned underneath the door of the shipping container. DeGuerin's like begging Eraser don't let me die like this. Don't let me go like this, man.
How did Eraser survive without all of his body being broken? At least his torso.
All of your insides would just be
Like
liquefied.
from probably mid torso down would be ruined forever.
Yes. So Eraser reluctantly lifts the door off him. DeGuerin, of course,
Immediately.
still he's going to try to kill him.
I do love that Arnold, like that he, when he's moving around to like lift the door, he like puts his weight on the door to like support him, like pushing down, and that Jimmy Kahn grunts is like, ah!
You son of a bitch.
But the lifting of the door, a feat of strength again.
Absolutely, man. Now he's also managed to hold the full weight of the container door with his gunshot arm.
Fucking hell.
You're not holding shit. If a bullet's gone through your shoulder and fucked all your shit up. But yeah, police finally arrive from all directions. I love in movies where every cop arrives simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like, remember Con Air? The plane crash and just all sides, 100 police cars pull up. FBI or U.S. Marshals or whatever come piling out of this helicopter with assault rifles.
I like to think that they're just witness protection guys.
There was a dozen
what the
dudes. It was like a clown car the way they were piling out of that helicopter.
And also, can we talk like would the even if he was the director, would the director of witness protection be able to roll up in a helicopter to a crime scene like that?
I think because Eraser had called him and said, "Get your ass to Baltimore Harbor."
Yeah, I'm sure
he's
that
like,
he just
get me
did.
a chopper.
But would he be there? Like, I'm just saying, in a hierarchical sense, or would FBI be like, "Why the fuck are you here?"
So I picture it in a world in which like DeGuerin and Eraser are like his sons almost.
Okay,
and he's probably like, normally I wouldn't hop in the chopper and come out here,
but he's
these
always
are
in
like
the chopper.
my two shining stars.
Right.
I'm gonna go.
They're
I
my
want to
white
be there
knights.
to see for myself what
Booby.
exactly is happening.
Right.
Booby. Is that what you said?
I said, but they're my white knights.
They're my white knights. Yeah, it's fucking nuts though, dude. So Beller surveys the scene, sees there's EM guns everywhere. Beller orders his men to take DeGuerin away, and he thanks Eraser. In a real world scenario, they take Eraser into custody.
Definitely.
Too. We don't know what's happening.
We have to
here.
question you.
We got to fucking we got to get to the bottom of this
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
Lee comes running out of the carnage.
Uh-huh.
How the fuck did she get down from the crane? Don't know. Did the evil crane operator like lower her to the ground?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how did she
Most
get to the
likely,
ground?
He'd just fucking be like, "Oh, fuck this shit," and hop out and scram.
He's like, I gotta get out
She's
of here.
dangling 100 feet up or whatever.
She would also, broken limbs.
So she and Eraser hug. It was a nice, refreshing, platonic
I was
hug.
going to say very platonic, no kiss, notable.
Then we fade to, I guess it's a courthouse.
Yeah.
The DeGuerin, the undersecretary, and this dude Moorhart from Cyrez, they're exiting with reporters swarming everywhere. The trio has been indicted for treason. The undersecretary keeps quiet, but DeGuerin's got a lot to say. He says, I'm proud of what I've done. The reporters are like, you admit to treason? I admit to patriotism.
Oof.
Our actions stopped a secret alliance that this administration has had with some of our nation's worst enemies. The public deserves to know the truth. And when we have our day in court, they will. What? This is like some gaslighting bullshit.
It's like, what you were just in, like, what?
You were doing treason to bring light to the treason that was going on?
Yep.
Anyway, but what's his version of events going to be? Like, is he tossing the undersecretary and the others under the bus?
Yeah, I think he says in a second that it's like, somebody's got to take the fall, and then we'll just be able, it's plausible deniability. It's like, we were trying to uncover the whole thing.
Expose it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. But Eraser and Lee appear. Lee wonders if they might get away with it, the bad guys.
Yeah.
Eraser says it's possible if Moorhart takes the fall for all of them. Then he's telling her, you did a great job back there in her testimony, I guess.
But I also hate that I don't like the line that she says, I couldn't have done it without you watching over me. That's bullshit.
Yeah, they got to keep Schwarzenegger the hero, I guess.
You couldn't have spoken in front of Congress?
Well, she wouldn't be here if he hadn't kept her alive.
Oh, well,
maybe.
in that context, okay. But, I couldn't have said these words without you there to
staring at me in the courtroom. I feel like at this point, Eraser is also a star witness.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, I was there when all the shit was going on.
I'm the one who found the shit on the computer by accident the second time.
Yes. But so then Eraser asks her if she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
She sort of nervously nods. Beller exits and gives this fucking huge shit-eating grin right to the camera.
I feel like something's missing. Like there must have been an exchange between Arnold and James Coburn that was cut.
That moment was so odd. He should have walked out.
Or is it like Eraser's gonna get some tail?
He should have walked out with Eraser and Lee.
Yeah.
Not separately. But if you look up shit-eating grin in the dictionary, that's what you're going to see, man. It's like, I fucking love it. I love the taste. I fucking eat shit and I love it. I hate myself for loving it, but I love it.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
But the undersecretary tells DeGuerin, you gave a nice speech, but you need to learn not to talk to reporters.
Right.
DeGuerin doesn't seem overly worried. He's like, once Lee's dead, this case is never going to go to trial.
Wait, what?
They're fucking out in the open.
Yeah.
Bizarre shit to talk about.
People can hear you. Let's wait till we get in the car, huh?
So Eraser and Lee, they go and get into a cargo van. There's no shortage of cargo vans in this movie either. But
must have to deal with GM or something.
Yeah, then the van just blows sky high. Beller is shocked, as are DeGuerin and the undersecretary.
So my read from this was that when it blew up, that DeGuerin was like, instead of being more shocked, was like, oh, nice.
Nice.
Like this sort of wry grin crosses his face.
He's like, fucking, that's convenient.
And I immediately thought, was that the plan? Because he had just, that paid off the line that he had just said was, my immediate thought was that he had planned
Exactly.
this.
We gotta kill him.
Right.
No matter what. But yeah, DeGuerin sort of smirks, and the bad guys all get into a limousine, which I also feel like a bunch of dudes who just got indicted for selling out the country, riding off in a limousine is not great optics.
You don't ride together to court either.
The lawyers should have advised against that.
Yeah, it's like
don't ride together in a limousine.
You're all taking public transportation to get there.
Now, underneath the flaming wreckage of the van, we see this metal grate is being moved back into place.
Which means that whoever's down there would have been impacted in some way by the explosion.
Absolutely. No? But Eraser's up to his old bullshit. He's like putting innocent bystanders in danger.
Yeah, that van exploding could have killed any number of people.
Just to hoodwink the bad guys. And now as the limo drives off through D.C., we see the streets are fucking soaking wet. Even though it's sunny outside. Don't know what's going on.
Right.
Inside the limo, DeGuerin is saying, with that bitch gone, quote unquote,
Whoa.
we're now free to spin doctor our way out of this shit and fire the whole operation up again.
That was fast.
Yeah, the others aren't so sure about it. I think it's more hard is like, what about the people she's been in contact with, her friends, her family?
Jimmy, there's a fuck her friends. Or fuck her family. Fuck her friends. I'll kill them one by one.
The men chuckle at it. Fucking killer delivery from Khan, though.
Yeah, that voice is awesome.
But what would she have told her friends and family that she hasn't already told law enforcement?
Right.
I don't know.
Or Congress, for that matter.
DeGuerin praises the undersecretary for his initiative at blowing up the van. Says that, like, it's genius. There are a lot of witnesses around to say we were nowhere near it. It's
It was
like,
quick.
what are you talking
Hundreds
about?
of people.
Well, I mean, you were, in the grand scheme of things, you were very close to where
Yeah.
this happened.
Just less than 100 yards, probably.
The undersecretary is confused.
Wait, what?
He says, I thought you set that up. The limo lurches to a stop. The doors lock. We see that Johnny hops out of the passenger seat and skedaddles away.
Yeah.
Eraser's still using Johnny in his schemes. The phone inside the limo rings. Fucking blast from the past, a little car phone action.
Yeah.
The undersecretary answers. He passes the phone to DeGuerin, says it's for you. And we got Eraser there. Says, you've just been erased.
I wish to God it had been the dude from the beginning of the movie. You've just been erased.
You've just been erased.
Or that he'd knocked on the window and said it. They like rolled the window. Excuse me, guys. You've just been erased. Like that was his deal. Like that's his job. He doesn't do anything else but like
Yes.
deliver the bad
I'm
news.
that guy. I'm the erase line guy. But DeGuerin, he whips his head around, sees Eraser standing nearby on a cell phone. The railroad bells begin to ring. The arms lower as we see that the limo is parked on top of the tracks. So, or does Eraser have the train schedule?
Yes.
He knew that there was a. Also, he's risking derailing a train right now.
Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, we
Fuck
got to
'em.
do it, man.
Yeah.
So this oncoming train comes, it plows into the limousine. It's a fucking huge crash.
Yeah. The car's like fiery, and I was like, I don't know about the fire and the crash. Again, things catching fire awfully fast in this movie.
Yeah. So Johnny waves to Eraser as he drives away. Let's stop to recognize that Eraser just enlisted Johnny to help him kill some people.
Uh-huh.
And like Johnny's like, oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure murdering with you.
Have a good day.
See you around. It was even wonder like what became of
Come
the
by the bar.
what became of the other mob guys who were out on the pier?
Like Tony Two Toes.
Yeah,
and
those
his
dudes,
family.
Sally Boy and
They're all
Little
fine.
Mike. Did they like sneak away? Did they, or did the government turn them loose?
I think that they like Eraser probably helped them.
They helped us.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah. Or they in all likelihood they could have said, we're with the Union. We were here checking out to see what they
we're
were
just
doing.
looking around.
I did love that angle of the movie. Like the whole Union bit.
Yes.
All that shit was very funny.
It was nice. So Eraser trots over to this SUV where Lee's waiting. She asks what happened. He says, they caught a train.
It's such a thing in his movies for a female character to ask what happened to the bad guy, and then I let him go.
I let him go. He caught a train.
He had to split. Always. What happened
Yeah.
to him? What'd you do?
I killed him in the most grisly way possible.
But I'm not going to tell you to protect you because you're a woman.
It was so
On
good.
the floor.
Get on the floor. Get down. But fucking guitar shred. Roll credits to the song.
I love that he says no sooner they caught a train. Black. Credits. Done.
Roll
It's like
credits.
the movie's
The
over.
song was from Trevor Rabin called "Caught a Train." That dude was he was like the front man for Yes for
Okay.
a little while.
All right.
He's a rock and roll Hall of Famer, owner of a lonely heart.
Nice.
That's him.
Love it.
Did you stick around though for the Vanessa Williams ballad
No, I couldn't.
on the credits?
I couldn't possibly.
She had a song on the credits called "Where Do We Go From Here."
Indeed.
It was fucking cringy ballad. Like, yeah, it was bizarre
Unsuccessful.
shit. But it was like, I think, a remnant of the romance angle that got completely axed from the
Yeah.
movie.
It just
Was
There's-
a good fucking call because there wasn't like romantic chemistry.
well, there's no time.
We don't have
There's no
time for that.
time.
Yes, we don't have time to get our fuck on.
I'm trying to think of movies in which that's done effectively.
I didn't even buy
the
like
Terminator.
What about Born Identity with
where where she suddenly just
with
like
Lola Run, and Matt
Franca
Damon.
Potenti.
Yeah. And it's like, why is she into him now?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
Other
because
than he's cute.
trauma does stuff to you, but
Or-
it doesn't really.
What about Keanu and Sandra Bullock in Speed? That kind of worked.
Yeah, but I mean, like when it's been happening over the course of the entire movie. Then
That's
that
true.
Sort
For
of makes
the
sense.
lion's share of this movie, they were not together.
No. And
Yeah.
when she was, it's like she's not really talking.
Plus, that there was like probably a 15 to 20 year age gap. Also,
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, like the Terminator is about one of the only ones where I can think it's like, but even then, it's like I can't. Other than both of these people are severely traumatized, it's like what drove them to each other? Like, why are they already like super down with each other?
Well, it's Independence Day logic. You don't want to die a virgin, do you? To Reese,
Yeah,
who had never got his fuck on, I think.
yeah,
But I could see how, like, it's like, fuck this shit. My life's in danger constantly. Like, you just want to, like, have some release.
yeah. Anyway,
I don't know.
What's this? The
But
movie's
it was
over.
wise. It was wise, I think, of this movie not to try to force it.
Yeah. That,
Still wasn't
but
working.
again, it's like one of the parts of this movie having sort of an identity crisis. Is it a serious movie with funny moments? Is it? It's because it's not a funny movie by any stretch.
No.
This is not a funny movie. It is it feels, I don't know, like one of the darker Bond movies in that regard, where it's just
Honestly-
like there's no levity in this
Yeah.
until essentially the last chapter. of
Like, Pastorelli and the mob guys were pretty much the comic relief for the movie.
yeah.
Supposedly, the movie was written to be a film for De Niro to star in, like when it was first.
Okay.
And that makes me think of, like, it would have been less of an action spectacle and more of like a
It would have been like thriller,
thriller
espionage.
movie. Yeah, it probably would have been fucking great.
Yeah.
I can see De Niro as like the eraser, you know?
Yeah, totally. Man, that makes me wish that De Niro had been in this movie.
It would have been something like Ronin, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking.
absolutely. So, but as we mentioned previously, the role then was apparently offered to Stallone, who didn't like it because he thought it was fucking poorly written. And he went off and did Copland instead, which Copland's a fucking great movie.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's just funny for Stallone to be like, it's
no,
poorly
for him
written.
to think a script is bad is rich, but I think there was a lot of rewrites that happened. Like,
Yeah.
it might have been legitimately bad in its first like
Oh, I
version
can't-
that
yeah, I'm
reached
sure it
Stallone.
was.
But yeah, this director Chuck Russell apparently and the producer Arnold Copelson like had a rocky relationship during the production. They couldn't, they wouldn't talk to each other. So like fucking Schwarzenegger was the go-between. He got along with both of them and was like,
No wonder he seems like even Schwarzenegger in this feels like exhausted. Like
he probably had a lot of
looks
extra
exhausted.
stress
yeah.
on him because he's like, why do I got to be the fucking go-between
Yeah.
between the director and the producers?
Yeah,
Like negotiating fucking schedules and logistics and shit. Because those dudes like wouldn't talk to each other apparently.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how that even happens. You fire the director if that's the case, right? Except maybe then you worry that Schwarzenegger and this dude wanted to work together, and
Right.
who the fuck knows?
And probably, I mean, at that point, the Schwarzenegger talks to the producer and is like, "Look, I'll take care of it."
Yeah,
And who knows?
I'll
Arnold maybe.
tell him. You tell
Maybe
him.
Arnold was pumping
It's
money
probably
into this
one
too.
of the situations where it's like, hey, John, tell this guy that I said this, even though you're like, could
Right
easily
there.
just pick up the phone and call, whatever. But I feel like the movie also just was fucking heavily overhauled and edit because I think I mentioned this to you offline, but I don't think I mentioned it on air. I keep finding these references to the fact that James Caan's DeGuerin character was supposed to be named the Samaritan.
yeah,
Like that
yeah.
was his code name or some shit. But it's never once mentioned in the final cut. But I've seen interviews of people on the set referring to
Right.
James Caan's character as the Samaritan. And I'm just like, there must have been a lot of shit that changed from what they thought they were filming
Yeah.
on set to what actually reached theaters.
I wonder, yeah, about like what the reshoot situation was.
I don't know. It must have been like heavy. Well, we also mentioned like the Cyrez
Yeah, the name
had
change.
been Cyrex before, and like
Oops.
they had to change that in post production and
Mhm.
shit. But as always seems to be the case, I read where James Caan had a great time working with Schwarzenegger. He said that like he was a little sad anytime that Schwarzenegger wasn't on set when he was working because those two like to sort of cut up and screw around together. And basically no one ever got mad at Arnold when Arnold would like pull a prank on somebody. So he's like, when Arnold's around, we can get away with shit because no one's ever mad at him. But when it's just me, like I'm the fucking asshole in the room,
Right.
you know, whatever. I think as we mentioned, film premiered at the Atlanta Olympic Village.
Yes, where your boys lived for three years.
Absolutely. That's where we first encountered each other and founded this decades-long friendship.
Yeah, bro.
That's awesome to me.
It is very cool.
The reviews for the movie, very mixed.
Uh-huh.
Did you read Ebert?
I did not.
Ebert liked it.
Hey!
Well, Ebert said it pays to have a short attention span on this movie, but he dug it. He was like,
Good.
all that being said, I liked the movie. It was a lot of fun. It was Arnold doing Arnold things. The movie, modest success.
Mm-hmm.
It cost an estimated $100 million to make. It made about $240 million worldwide. It was up against some fucking strong summer competition in '96, dude.
Yeah, you were telling me about this earlier.
Independence Day was the
Oof.
number one movie of the year.
So good.
Came out a couple weeks maybe after this movie. Twister and Mission Impossible and The Rock all were out that summer.
Fuck. Wow. Yeah, very stiff competition.
Yeah,
Man,
so I
what
can
a
see
summer.
All those movies are better than this one. So
yeah,
it's
objectively.
like, yeah.
Yeah, we're
But-
talking about we're due for a Twister rewatch.
Also, 1996 movies that made a lot of money. Heat was out. That
So
came out the
good.
very end of '95. Made a lot of money. Apparently globally, and made like a shit ton. Heat. Maybe just because it's like, oh, Pacino and De Niro in a movie together. Domestically was
Well,
did
yeah,
fine.
that's a good action movie.
It's a great fucking movie. Ransom came out that year. I love
Get
that
Mel
movie.
Gibson.
Yeah. Jerry
Yeah.
Maguire
Oh,
was out that year. Scream
Oscar winner.
came out
Wow,
that year. The
genre
original.
bender. Man.
Yeah, dude. Broken Arrow came out that
Okay.
year. Another action movie for us. Jingle All the Way. Another Schwarzenegger flick came out on the holiday season.
Arnold.
Long Kiss Goodnight, which we've talked
One of the
about.
greatest movies
Solid.
ever made, probably.
The Ghost in the Darkness.
Ooh.
Did you like that flick?
Yeah, I really liked that movie.
Lion Hunters and fucking Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas.
Yeah, that was an action. I really liked that movie. I like Michael Douglas and I loved Val Kilmer.
Another movie mentioned regularly on this podcast, The Island of Dr. Moreau. came out that
Speaking of Val
year.
Kilmer,
And another one that we mentioned a lot, Multiplicity,
that movie
1996.
fucks. She
I
touched
saw
my
that.
peppy.
So I saw that movie. It was probably on the same HBO free week or free month
Uh-huh.
that I watched Multiplicity probably 20 times and haven't seen it since.
So
But
good. It holds
and
up.
Eraser and a few others were like just on fucking heavy rotation, man.
You
On
know,
that summer, but it was probably 97 or something, a little free HBO trial.
Yeah. Jacob Arnold and I ragged out that Multiplicity
You know when you make a
VHS.
copy of a copy?
You know when you make a copy of a copy and it's not as sharp?
I
Two
watched the
tuck,
shit out
tuck
of that.
and fold. 2 tucks and a fold.
I remember very little about that movie except being like, this is not as good as Eraser. Is Eraser coming on next? That's probably what I was thinking. But they're both equally like, whatever.
If you're a Michael Keaton fan, then
The
you'll
more
love
Michaels, the
Multiplicity.
merrier.
Yeah, that's right. Michael Keaton playing multiple versions of himself.
How many Michael Keatons were there? Were there
There
more
was
than
the original
3?
and then 3 copies.
Okay.
There was the butch copy, the sort
Yeah,
of
the
effeminate
alpha
copy,
male type
the,
copy.
the effeminate copy, and
And
then the
special.
dullard copy.
She touched my pepe.
She touched my peppy Steve.
That was like the copy of the copy.
Give me a wallet. I love he puts a piece of pizza in his wallet, like licks it. She touched my
Fuck.
peppy Steve.
I remember that movie, but I
She
haven't
talked
seen that
a
movie in
lot.
decades. But I have seen it probably 20 to 30
That's what I'm
times.
saying. Like Michael Keaton, like one need go no further than Gung Ho, Mr. Mom, Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton was like,
Batman, bro.
but I'm saying like just a comic, like
Oh, yeah.
genius, like a comic genius. And then his Batman was so like different. It was so different than anyone
Well,
thought
he
it was
wasn't
going
like
to be.
the butch macho Batman. He was sort of like a quirky, weird guy.
But I thought as like that is how billionaires act.
Yes.
Just fucking off the rails. He's like coked up madman, like Elon Musk saying stupid shit.
Yes.
Anyway,
That was 1996, though, in a nutshell.
and that was Eraser.
Yeah, dude. Eraser,
I enjoyed it as a
Isn't
blind taste test. It was palatable.
it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had warts.
It's a serviceable movie. That's the word that I keep coming back to. It's serviceable.
Yeah,
It wasn't, you would never say it was a bad movie.
it is not going to be on a Criterion Blu-ray.
But it's
let's
not
say.
fun. It's not fun to watch. It's not one you
No.
want to revisit over and over.
No.
I had fun talking about because
Yeah,
I haven't
always.
thought about this movie in a decade,
Always.
probably.
Yeah. Kevin had that vintage T-shirt too.
I did. I used to play basketball in my "You've Been Erased" T-shirt,
Fuck yeah.
a little street ball.
You've been erased.
You've been erased, sucker.
I wish that you've been erased.
Hey, you've just been erased. That dude was like cheerful with the way he said it. That one guy in the beginning. It was odd.
He did not nail the delivery. And
No,
like, how many takes did they just like? You've got one chance.
That's it. Cut and print.
What? I can do. I got another in me.
That's
no,
not. That could not be
that
the
was-
best take.
No. How many
I
times
wonder
do
who
you
that
think?
dude was.
How many times do you think that dude said that line before they're like, "Fuck, we got to move on"?
And we never saw him again. I wonder if
No.
he thought this was going to be like his. He's going to catapult him to
Or
stardom.
if he was another stunt guy? I don't know.
Relax. You've just been erased. It was a weird delivery.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I've
that's all.
had fun talking about it
Yeah,
with
man.
you, buddy.
Me too.
Thanks for taking the journey.
Oh, I loved it. This was fun.
Yeah, dude.
Always. In the meantime, we'd like to again think of our friends at the Last of the Action Network. Last of the Action Network. In the meantime, we'd like
Bourbon
to.
is so good. 13th Colony.
In the meantime, we'd like to thank all of our friends at the Last of the Action Heroes Network. Dame Helen Mirren.
Yes. Is she a dame? She's got to be.
She's Dame. All the
Judy
rest of our
Dench,
huge
Helena
fans.
Bonham Carter's
Yes.
probably checking in.
Big time. We love you guys. We're not sure what's coming up next, but we'll get a handle on it while we're at the beach next week.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime,
I'm gonna rub suntan lotion on your shoulders.
we're gonna senoritas and margaritas.
Ooh, Point Break style.
Yeah, and we'll be back.